Hello. If you're looking to manifest things into your life that have somehow eluded you without reading countless books, taking numerous classes, spending tons of money, or trying to unravel confusing information, then I have an easy step-by-step protocol for you on how to develop spiritually. Another way of saying this would be moving towards ascension and being able to manifest those things in your life that you desire, as long as they are good for you and they do no harm to you or others. In this lesson, I'll be sharing a 7-day protocol for you to follow in easy steps, and you can follow it week after week until good things start appearing in your life when you least expect them. What brought me to writing the Confessions of a Spiritual Rebel series, beginning with the Right Side Up books, was a very clear message from my spirit guides that I needed to put this book out. This was coupled with the understanding that I had formed some amazingly effective and easy to implement spiritual shortcuts, if you will, that did not bypass the inner work, but instead made the whole process of spiritual ascension far easier and far less mysterious than it generally seems. So this protocol that I'm about to share with you involves simple ways of changing your way of thinking as a basis for everything else that will come later. Not only is this the basis, but if you make it part of your daily practice, it will blossom of its own accord. Okay, first thing before we begin is to relax and remove all blocks to incoming information. Sure, you'll say, Lane, how do I do this? That's crazy. No, it isn't. What I want you to do is tell yourself that you're going to be open, yet discerning about the information that is about to come to you. You don't want to arbitrarily accept any information without knowing that you can trust it. But you also don't want to block it with skepticism or doubt, fear, or distraction, or the desire to be doing something else at this time. So stop the solitaire game, stop texting, and just give this a little old listen, and you'll need to relax into it. The first thing you need to know and to put into practice is the knowledge that your essence, is a magnet. I know you've heard the saying, like attracts like. And now you're going to be saying, well, that's awfully simple, Lane. But now I'm going to repeat it anyway. You are a magnet. I want you to understand this. Everything that you put out there is reflected back on you. Everything. Stop this recording if you have to and take a moment to absorb it. For everything you put out there is reflected back on you. That means every thought, that means every deed, that means every emotion. Your moods, actions, and even your thoughts are picked up on not just by those around you, but by the universe itself, and is returned to you. If you're thinking, I don't have enough, I need this, I don't have that, this world stinks, there's so much bad stuff going on, guess what? That is the reality that you will exist in. I know that sounds all hocus pocus, but I assure you it's real. And when people talk about different realities, this is the basis of understanding what that actually means and using it to help enrich and improve your own life and those around you. If you radiate a state of joy, helpfulness, abundance, the same returns to you tenfold. If you radiate gloom, depression, annoyance, negativity, lack, fear, or ego, guess what you get in return? Day 2. This is another one that sounds super simple until you begin to implement, and that is to laugh. Laugh at everything. I'm serious. Even laugh at death. I know it sounds sacrilegious. Perhaps it's not cool on some level, but the actual truth of the matter is that the universe is actually very funny. Just try this for the entire day. Say you're in a situation, any old situation, and you feel a rise of anger, frustration, disappointment, sadness, fear, or any other negative state. Stop and become aware of that reaction. Then say to yourself, now, how do I laugh at this? It takes practice, like everything else. You've got to create a new way of thinking for yourself. In other words, by doing this, laughter will become second nature. I'm not talking about sarcastic laughter or being sardonic. Oh, it's okay to be a little sardonic, but basically, you're looking at the irony. I'm going to talk more about that a little further down because that ties into another protocol. Okay, day 3, another simple one. I told you they were going to be simple, but when it comes down to it, they're very profound and far-reaching. This is that you need to understand that everything, absolutely everything, has a spiritual or underlying reason. I know that sounds cliche. I assure you, if you stop and examine every single thing that happens in your life, the moment that it is happening or shortly thereafter, and look beneath the surface, you will find There is a spiritual cause. If you don't like the word spiritual, how about we say a hidden reason? Once you figure out what that is, with a little bit of digging and self-examination of everything that happens, you will start to understand things. And hey, once you start to understand those underpinnings, why it's happening, and you start to really get how the universe works, it does become funny on its own. You can laugh to your heart's content about the irony of it. What's irony? Well, that's a simple way of looking at things that are not what they seem. Okay, day 4. This one's really important. Well, they're all really important. This is banishing fear. Fear is an artificial construct. Fear is being imposed on you in order to make you do things that you wouldn't normally do. It's hard for you to see through this right now, maybe, because you still jump to fear mode instead of pushing through and looking at the reality of the situation, because fear is the false reality. Every time you feel fear, you're increasing the chances of that thing that you're fearful of to occur. Remember, you are a magnet, so you're bringing it to you. People will say, well, wait a minute, what happens when a bear is chasing me in the woods? Okay, we all have a fight or flight reflex. If you panic, you won't be able to think clearly, and you might be doing something that is not going to serve you. What you want to be doing if a bear is chasing you in the woods is to stop and calmly assess the situation. It might be just a half a second, and you want to select the best course of action, whether it be to roll in a ball, run away, climb a tree, shout at the bear, punch him in the nose, spray your bear spray. Whatever it is, you'll need a second to calmly assess and react. If you go right into fear mode or panic mode, you will likely end up dead. 5 is understanding and bringing into your being the knowledge that everything is going to be okay. We can call it belief, but you need to know. If that bear is chasing you, you need to know in your heart of hearts that you are going to be fine. You won't know that unless you stop and breathe for a second. But when you stop and breathe, you'll say, I'm fine. My guides are with me. God is with me. Source is with me. It's not my time to go. And you know what? If it is my time to go, then I'm going to go. Everything, absolutely everything comes down to knowledge and belief. If you believe the world is bad and evil and that we are going to succumb to the dark forces that are around us, then you will. If you believe that we are in a fight for good against evil right now and that good is going to win and in fact has already won, then it will. That is your reality. You might say, well, how can there be 2 realities? There are multiple realities existing at once. Aha. For that, we're going to need another video because we're going to get down into timelines, dimensions, and realities. You have to know with utter certainty that you are going to triumph over a certain situation. That is a task in and of itself, to accept that knowledge, put it into practice, and know without a shadow of a doubt, not 99%, but 100%, that whatever the issue is at hand, that you are going to not only survive it, but triumph over it. The faster you can flip your thinking around to being worried or fearful or stressed over a situation to knowing it's going to be fine, the faster the fine becomes your reality. Day 6, everything is energy. Your assignment for today is actually very easy. See everything as energy. That means see the waves coming out of your water bottle, of the person sitting next to you, of the food that you're eating, of the animals that are around you. Feel into their energy. See their energy at the cashier, at the grocery store. Feel into their energy. Don't bring it into yourself. Just see it. Now, if it's something that's not in a perfect harmonious state, let's say it's a rabid dog in your yard, surround it with a big bubble of pink heart energy. The car parking attendant is really nasty and he's driving your car in a reckless manner and you think he's going to bash it up before he brings it to you. Well, surround him in a bubble of love. What the heck happened to him today? Okay? See, everything is energy, and if it's not quite right, fix it. So all those cell towers, the Gwen towers that are shooting microwaves at us, I really reverse them and bring source energy to the planet. As we go further into depth on these things, you'll see that even money is simply energy. And the current financial situation in this country and this world is energetic and can be reversed. In fact, it is being reversed as we speak. Okay, and this last one is very important. And I know I've said it, they're all important. My mom made us do this when we were kids. Never forgot it. Erase the words I can't from your vocabulary. You are never again going to say the words I can't. Bye-bye. Instead, you can say, I will try. That sounds good. Or, wow, I never thought of that. But you will never again say, I can't, because anything and everything can be changed. There are no absolutes. This applies to people in stage 4 cancer. Many have reversed their situation at the alleged end of their lives. Well, that's because it wasn't the end, really, was it? Because they overcame what the doctors had said and their dire prognoses. A lot of that, maybe all of that, started with the mindset. So your day 7 protocol is you saying only positive things about the outcome of your abilities and situations and of those around you. If you can't correct the speech of those around you, which is probably impolite to do and may seem a bit pushy, do it in your own head. While you're at it, know that you are an absolute being who can do anything as long as it's not harmful to yourself or others. And in those cases, it will come back to you. You don't want to do that. So this is the first level protocol, and we will in the future move on from here. Let me know how you're doing. If you want to find my book, you can go to my website, lanekeller.com, and I'll list links below. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate you being here.